How's it going everyone, and welcome to a new video. This last week has been incredible for virtual reality. I want to welcome all new VR gamers that just got a Quest 2 headset during Christmas and are looking to find the best games for the Quest 2. In this list I will show you my favorite best Oculus Quest 2 games. Or I better say the best meta Quest 2 games available right now. This list is completely personal, and these are all games that I played during 2021, but that they didn't necessarily came out in 2021. Before we start, I wanna thank you all for these amazing first 6 months on YouTube. It has been really hard and satisfying at the same time, and it's all thanks to you that support the channel, watching my videos, leaving likes and comments. Get comfy and enjoy the video. Let's start this list with Stride. If you remember Mirror's Edge, this is basically the VR version of that amazing game. If you love parkour, Stride is a must-have in your library. You will have to jump, strive, shoot enemies and use a grappling hook to progress in 2 different game modes, an endless mode and an open world objective-based game mode. Cookout is my favorite co-op cooking game. It reminds me a lot like Overcooked for PC. You can team up with 4 players and follow recipes to make customers happy in this fantasy adventure cooking game. It has tons of different levels, skins and hours of hilarious gameplay. I Expect You Today 2 is hands down the best puzzle game in VR. This game doesn't need explanations. It's a classic old-school spy story with amazing settings, high-quality voice acting, a lot of different puzzles, and a huge amount of humor. The game is not particularly long, but it has an amazing story and enough replayability. There are tons of VR zombie games in VR right now, but the absolute best so far is Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. Even though I found it a bit repetitive and boring in some parts, this is absolutely a must-have for zombie lovers. The graphic style is gorgeous, the zombies are absolutely amazing, and the combat system is satisfying and extremely realistic. I personally love rhythm games, especially the ones where you have to play the drum set. Smash Drums is easily the best one for me. The soundtrack is really good, with a punk rock vibe, you can customize your drum set, and the gameplay makes you feel like you're actually playing a real drum set. This year we had tons of roguelike games in VR, and one of my favorite when it comes to shooters is Sweet Surrender VR. I believe that this is the most complete roguelike shooter game in VR. You have tons of different guns with power-ups to find in chests, secret missions, a lot of different enemies and even classes to choose before you start the run. Another title that doesn't need explanations is Blade & Sorcery Nomad. After a long time since the release on PC VR, Blade & Sorcery finally comes to the Quest 2 and it looks like a miracle. This game is absolutely fantastic, the combat system is realistic and very accurate. You have an arena mode with endless possibilities, a dungeon mode where you will have to clear different dungeons filled with enemies, and you also have the possibility to mod the game with all sorts of weird and crazy weapons. And soon they will also release an RPG game mode with statistics and loot. I absolutely cannot wait for this game mode. Population 1 is hands down the best Battle Royale game in VR for the Quest 2. It features 3-player size team, lots of different weapons, climbing, flying, a free battle pass with tons of character skins and weapon skins, challenges, and there are always different events and time-limited game modes to spice things up. Rec Room is one of those games that you just have to download. This is a social experience based on minigames. There are a crazy amount of game modes created officially by the developers and other ones created by the player base. The amazing thing is that every game feels like a proper VR game. They are really polished and they works really great. There is a Battle Royale, paintball, laser tag, there are co-op adventure campaigns, horror games, dodgeball and even a racing game. On top of that, there are weekly challenges, tons of items to personalize your dome room and character, and it's completely for free. Again, in the roguelike genre, Death Unchained is the best when it comes to bow and arrow action. The fantasy horror setting is creepy and gorgeous, it reminds me a lot like Dark Souls. The gameplay mechanics are easy to learn and extremely satisfying and accurate. There is a classic game mode with different levels, an achievement to complete, and an endless mode. You can choose between a bow or a crossbow. During the run you'll find different type of arrows that will help you progress throughout the map. The enemy variety is impressive and the bosses are really challenging and scary. If you are looking for a classic open world game with story missions and secondary quests, Resist VR is the one that you are looking for. This is basically Spider-Man meets Attack on Titan in VR. Resist VR has one of the best and smoothest movement system mechanics in a VR game. You have a grappling hooks to swing around the city, a jetpack for flying, two types of weapons, a gun and a shotgun, and a huge amount of special skills to unlock. This is a classic open world game. You have a main story campaign and alongside there are tons of different side quests and minigames to complete. I absolutely love this game, even though it's a bit shorter than expected. Ancient Dungeon VR is a roguelike fantasy game that reminds me a lot like Minecraft Dungeon. The amount of enemy variety and power-ups in this game is incredible. The game is also pretty difficult but not frustrating at all. The graphic style of the game is beautiful and every new level of the dungeon comes with a different biome. There are secret rooms to find, journal pages to complete, challenge rooms, bosses, semi-bosses, a merchant room and a lot of achievements to complete. Also, you have the possibility to mod the game and add some pretty nice features. Larcenauts is the only Class Hero FPS game in VR. Much like Overwatch on PC, you can choose from 9 different specialists, each with unique weapons and skills to compete in 6v6 matches. There are 5 different maps and the game modes includes Territory style Refuel, Capture the Flag style Uplink, a classic team deathmatch and a payload style Heist mode. You can also advance your character through a progression system and lots of cosmetic items. Do yourself a favor and pick up this game. I waited so long to play Walkabout Minigolf and I'm having a blast with a friend of mine. It's a classic minigolf game with a lot of different and beautiful maps and crazy holes. The game is absolutely spot on, the feeling is realistic and accurate. Besides playing minigolf, you also have to collect hidden special balls in each hole of each map. And once you unlock the hard mode variants of a map, you will have to complete a treasure hunt to unlock a special golf club. This is easily one of the most fun co-op game available on the Quest 2. There are a lot of ping pong VR games out there, but 11 Table Tennis is hands down the best one available on Quest 2. You don't have a lot of content in this game, you basically have a ping pong table and that's all you need. You can train yourself against bots and training sessions or play multiplayer online with people around the world. I cannot believe how well this game plays. I used to play lots of ping pong and tennis and I can easily say that it truly feels like you're actually playing ping pong in real life. If you're looking for a fun, fast-paced shooter, Gunriders is what you want to download right now. Even if it's not the most beautiful game out there in terms of graphics, Gunriders shine when it comes to movement mechanics and gun feelings. You can climb, dash and fly, you can choose between a lot of different guns that are available during the match, lots of different game modes and items to unlock. This is basically a classic shooter with classic game modes, but the amazing thing is that it's totally and completely for free. As a board games fan, I was looking for a game like this one for a long time. Demeo is everything you're looking for in a VR D&D board game. This game is absolutely a must-have title in your Quest 2 library. 4 players will have to choose between 5 different characters with their own unique approach to managing magic and monsters. At the moment there are 3 chapters with 2 levels and 1 boss level in each chapter, but the developers already announced a roadmap with more content coming next year. The game is also supporting crossplay and cross-buy. As some of you may know already, Contractors VR is my favorite VR shooter on the Quest 2. Absolutely blown away by the enhancement update and all the content updates that the developers are pushing in this last period. Contractors VR plays familiar like a Call of Duty game. The graphic is amazing for a Quest 2 game, the guns are realistic, easy to learn and extremely satisfying. There are tons of maps and game modes and even a survival co-op mode. Contractors VR is in my opinion the VR shooter you wanna have on the Quest 2 right now. I love zombies, I love FPS games, and I love Left 4 Dead. And now we also have our version of Left 4 Dead in VR. It's incredible how After the Fall can manage to have so many enemies and details in a hardware like the Quest 2. The guys from Vertigo Games, they really did a miracle with this title. After the Fall is an epic VR action FPS with intense co-op gameplay up to 4 players against a post-apocalyptic VR world filled with ferocious undead mutated by the cold weather. After the Fall is based on replayability. You will have to go through the 5 different maps to unlock new upgrades for your weapons and be able to beat the same maps at a higher difficulty. Even though the game lacks in variety, it is extremely satisfying and addictive, especially if you play with friends. There are not enough words to describe how beautiful and incredible is Resident Evil 4 VR. Resident Evil is one of my favorite horror franchises, and being able to play it in VR was a dream coming true. Since the first announcement, I was looking forward to this title, and I was afraid it would have been a disappointment. And I was absolutely wrong. This game is perfection. The campaign is really long for a VR game, it runs extremely smooth on the Quest 2, the gameplay mechanics are intuitive and it works perfectly in VR. Resident Evil 4 VR is an all-new version made specifically for VR, with immersive environments and interaction and high-resolution graphics rebuilt for VR. If you're looking for a long story-driven action horror game, this is absolutely the best for the Quest 2. So guys, here it is, my favorite best Oculus Quest 2 games. Let me know down in the comment which one are your favorite games for the Quest 2. It would be really helpful for all the new VR players that joined us during Christmas. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. This is the best way for you to support my channel. Thanks a lot for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.